Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it, all by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it, all by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first thing ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And I'm saying niggas that be around there won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package of these pounds. Me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my belt, I bet you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my pop, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it, all by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it, all by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Some flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches off from.
Welcome back to the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner. It's your boy K9s giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Big shout out, big salute to all the brothers and sisters down in the chat, man. We about to get into some dog talk. We're gonna check some pedigrees out or go around the board. I'm gonna go up in the Pitbull encyclopedia and we're gonna check some of these dogs out, pedigrees. And I want to check a few things out when it comes to the stats and how much of this is in it, and really look at the pedigrees, because I'm gonna say it like this: the pedigree platform does make it a little more interesting to look at these pedigrees compared to how online pay was. That shit was getting bored as far as looking at the pedigree, just the way they had it set up. So we're gonna go through the pedigree platform and try to figure out some things together, and we're gonna learn this website together and just see how these stats stack up in certain pedigrees with certain dogs, old school dogs, new school dogs, whatever dogs that come to mind at the time. You know, so I hope everybody having a great day, man, out there, doing what they got to do, staying safe, staying legal. You know, we gonna get into some of these dogs. The first dog I'm gonna check out is a dog you really don't hear about a lot, man. You really don't hear about this dog a lot. It was a dog that name was pumping through the system over the past 10 years. But like I said, I call these dogs fad dogs. You know, you hear about them 2 years, 3 years, and then they slowly drift away. Does that mean they're not standing the test of time? You know, and when we try to knock a lot of these dogs out here, we try to put a lot of these dogs on the bottom tier when they stood the test of time. I'm talking about 30 and 40 years. But then you got dogs that can't even stand the test of time for 10 years. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about a few things, man, a few pedigrees. Like I said, hope everybody having a great day. Now the first pedigree that's gonna come up that we're gonna speak about is your favorite, my favorite, you know, Coroda. The Coroda dog. We're gonna speak about Coroda dog, my favorite fad dog. He's along out there with Ship, Coroda ship, Ray, Tidra, however you say it. Those are my top 3 fad dogs. Came in, came out. Came in, was a production able to stand the test of time, you know? So let's just start with Coroda and pull this pedigree up. All right. We're going to pull this pedigree all the way up and check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Okay, Coroda. We all know Coroda's a great looking dog. But as we look at this pedigree, we're in a 4th generation pedigree right now. Grand champion Coroda, best in show, rum dog. Many people spoke so highly on this dog over the past 10 years. You know. Now, when you look at his offspring, let me ask you, is he really producing that good? Is he really producing that good with this many offspring if he's not standing the test of time? Or was he really producing that great of, is he that really producing anything good over, say, we're going to say 10 years, when everybody knows that we do not hear Coroda's name the way we heard his name several years back. You don't hear people speaking about the Coroda stuff. Yeah, it's Coroda dogs out there. It's Coroda dogs out there. But you do not hear people talking about them Coroda dogs the way you hear them talking about them 10 years ago. Now, let's just look at how the pictures of some of these dogs. Got some great looking dogs. You can see the Mayday in some of these dogs. But the thing is, when we think Coroda, a lot of times we think close up on Mayday, When Mayday is in the 3rd generation. No, he's in the 3rd and the 4th generation. Some people may consider that close. You know, you got people who got Mayday dogs out here in 2026 that got Mayday in the 3rd generation. So as we stroll past the offspring, let me go back to this offspring list. Let's just check and see how many champions and grand champions that they have registered on the offspring list. Let's just check real quick. The way they got this set up, I can run through it real quick. We're going to check for the champions and the grand champions of Coroda on this first list, coming down right here. We got this dog right here, champion West Sedits, international champion Red Crow, dog of the year 2015. All right, go back to the list. We got one dog, which was the Red Crow dog so far off that first list. Red Crow's the only dog we had off the first list. Going down the second row of dogs right now. Weaver's Black Gold is a 2-timer and a POR. Weaver's black gold. So we're gonna say we're gonna put 2 dogs up right now. We got 2 dogs so far off the 2 lists. All right. We stroll down. We're not counting no one-timers. I really don't need to count no 2-timers, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, you know, and counting a 2-timer because it's starting to look like we don't got no champions and grand champions off this dog. We came across another one-time winner, one-time game loser due to ref fault. They say the referee made him lose that. Team Crow's Rolex. All right, we on the 3rd row. We on the 3rd row, and we still don't have any champions or grand champions yet. Every name that you seen that said champion in the first 2 rows was Coroda's name himself. Crow Black Hunter, another 2-time winner in the third row. Like I said, we're not counting these 2-time winners. We're talking champions and grand champions. Okay, we finally came to one champion with a one-time loss on his record. Team Crow champion Dylan. Now, this also goes back to what I talked about in the past. You see, everybody want to talk about who got the champions off of this or who got the champions off these dogs and try to put the big giant dogs. Who got the big giant champions? Who got go back to the 80s with Mr. Crenshaw with all these Jeep dogs. Go back to a lot of these old school kennels that had the dogs that's on the rum list or the dogs that was producing the great dogs. And who made the champions? The breeders themselves made the champions. The only champions that I gave you so far coming off of Crow is coming off Team Crow themselves. The people with the dog. The people who they selling the dogs to ain't making no winners off of them. You know, so this is another dog coming down off Team Crow. This is a champion, 3-time winner, 1-time loser. Off Team Crow. Coming down off Crow and Southern Kennels Red Lady. And that's a Red Boy Jocko dog on the bottom side. Evolution Kennels Mr. Superbuck. So that's the way it's looking right here. It's going to be a Red Boy Jocko Bolio dog on the bottom side as well. You know. All right. So we still in the 3rd row. We got 3 dogs, including 1 2-time winner. 2 champions and 1 2-time winner. And we're in the 3rd row of his offsprings. Okay. All right, we got one right here, champion, International Gold Day, 4-time winner, best in show, 1 time. Capital Kennels and Gold Kennels is the breeder. Coming down off Coroda and Capital Kennels, Locker Jr., AKA Burritt. Okay, and then we looking at 4th generation to see what that dog, pretty much that dog line is. We know we got Coroda on the top. Southern Kennels Yellow Day in the 4th generation on the bottom side. Southern Kennels Christine. Southern Kennels Clyde. And A-Cart's Queenie. Peru Kennels Malone. Let's see what this Peru Kennels Malone is coming down off of. Okay, we see Patrick's Bolio, and Chinaman. All right, that's a Bolio Chinaman dog. All right. Now, let's see what this bottom side, the very bottom in the 4th generation, JJ Peru Kennels, Chiquita. Let's see what that's coming down off of. Mayday on the top, Bolio on the bottom, Yellow on the very bottom. All right, Red Boy Jocko Bolio. So we got a little bit of Chinaman in this particular dog right here. We got a little bit of Chinaman in the Gold Day dog, aka Sismo. 4-time winner, 1-time best. 4-time winner, best in show, 1-time loser. All right. So we got 4 dogs so far in 4 rows of dogs we've been looking at. Four dogs. Exactly what I told you. I just struck again. Team Crow with another champion. Champion Africana. 4-time winner, 1-time game loss. We're starting to see a lot of game losses with these Crow dogs. After 4 and after 3, they get a game loss. So this is Africana. On the bottom side, we got a Bolio. We got some Boudreaux Maverick back there, 6-bit, Elliott 6-bit. Clemens Drago, which is coming down off your Boudreaux skull. With more Maverick, Elliott 6-bit Maverick. Okay, we got your 6-bit, your Maverick. See what this Patrick's Ringo coming off of. That's your the Ringo dog is coming down off your Bolio, Bull Boy Bob, Bolio. Okay, that's your Bolio blood. A-Cart's Tonka. Like I said, I'm checking the 4th generation. That's coming down off your Mayday on the top side. Samuel's Pit General, Chester. See what he's coming down off of. Boomerang in the back, Boomerang. Grand Champion, Luther. Carver Stampanato. Okay. Let's check out the Samuel's Hyde Harley. Maurice Carver dogs, Boomerang. Okay. So we got some Carver stuff and Boomerang stuff up in this dog. Clyde dog. And this is all coming down off of Team Crow's champion Africana. So one of my points that I've been making over the past couple years is coming to fruition right now. It's coming to light. You know, the champions that you get from your famous dogs is coming out from the breeders of these famous dogs. We got it right here in your face. You see it right here in your face. Team Crow is the only one with champions off of the Coroda dog. The only one. And some of these dogs are international champions. They can make champion internationally, but you don't got no United States champions. Mighty funny to me. Mighty funny to me. Now let's go back to the Coroda offspring list. At the very bottom, we're strolling down to the bottom now. Africana. That's it on this offspring list right here. This is a fairly new website, so some of the dogs may not be up here yet. You know, I'm gonna give or take. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Some of the dogs may not be up here. But like I said, we strolling, we looking at the offspring pictures. Some great looking dogs. Would you consider him a good producer with the number of dogs that I gave you just now for the number of dogs that you've seen on that offspring list? We got 4 dogs on 4 rules of offspring. Is Coroda considered an elite breeder? Now, now this is crazy, right? This is crazy. Y'all can see this as well as I can. Now, you look at this right here, on this right here, it says grand champions. How many grand champions he got? 17. He ain't got no damn 17 grand champions. He ain't got no 6 champions. Where the list at? Where they at on the list? They're not on the list. So it's a bunch of missing dogs. A bunch of missing dogs. And when it comes to the pedigree, stats or whatever, Mayday is going to be 18% in that dog, which may be considered a high amount, you know, considering that he's a dog from back in the days. Mayday is, considering he's a dog from back in the days, 18% is still a good high percentage. But yeah. I didn't see nowhere near 17 grand champions in that offspring list that I looked at just now. Nowhere near 17 grand champions. But we're gonna go down and keep looking. We're gonna stroll, catch another dog right here. See what his bloodline looking like, offspring looking like. Now I got that Gold Day dog, the Gold Day dog that I spoke about. I got that dog in my book. Leyendas Gold Day. So I got that dog in the book. Let me see if this dog come up, the Mutt dog. Let me see if the Mutt dog come up. Kamosinski's Mutt. I'm gonna see if that dog come up real quick. It may not come up on this database. Yeah, he come up. Let's check out the Mutt dog. We're gonna see what the Mutt dog got in him. All right. Owner, Ozzie Stevenson. Breeder, Komosinski. Now, when we look at this dog pedigree, I got to go past the 4th generation. Go to the 5th. We see a lot of tutors. Tutors dogs, tutors red Mike. See what the red Mike dog coming off of. Tutors Cherry, Ferguson Centipede, Williams Red. What I'm gonna look for real quick is I'm gonna look real briefly to see if this dog has any Tutors Dabo in it. So far, I don't see no Dabo in this dog. Corvino Shorty. Okay. No Dabo in this dog at this point. Tutors Lou. Let me check through Tutors Lou in the 5th generation. All unknown pair. Unknown. We kind of far back now, so a lot of these dogs won't be known. Corvino Shorty. Jackson's Lady Irish, Webster's Clark Joker, Clark's Tramp, Coligan's Ranger, Waller's Popeye. Let's check out him and see if he got any Tutors Dabo. Now, so I'm comfortable to say right now that this dog, Mutt, the dog Mutt, doesn't have any Dabo in him. Confident to say that right now, and I could be wrong as I go down and stroll, but from what I've seen so far, he don't have any Tutors Dabo in him. And the reason I'm saying that is because a majority of the dogs in today's time has Tutors Dabo. You know? Let me go down to his pet stats to see if he have any Dabo right here. That's another way for me to check real quick. Tutors Red Mike, Tutors Lou, no Dabo. No Dabo. And this is a solid white dog, which you don't see a lot of in today's times, solid white dogs. But being that we talking about solid white dogs, I'm gonna go to this dog, which I know is solid white dog, that I also have in the book. Santander's Meringue. They don't got a picture of this dog, but this is a solid white dog right here. Solid white. But if you look at the pedigree, you see your Salmon Arab Boomer on the top, Salmon Arab Boomer on the bottom. This dog right here is pretty much a pure red boy dog. with some, look like we may have some Jeep back there. Pure red boy, pure red boy. Now, like I said, they don't got a picture of this dog up here right now, but this dog is solid white. Red nose. Now, I'm not going to, normally I ask where this colors is coming from, but, white, I've seen all white red nose come off of the grand champion or champion Fatty's little mate sister that we had, bred back, straight back to champion Fatty, had an all white red nose. And that was straight red boy Jocko, which would have been grand champion yellow son, grand champion yellow grandson, bred back to grand champion yellow granddaughter of the same little mate brothers and sisters bred back and made an all white red nose. So I'm not really gonna ask where the all white red nose come from in the red boy, because that's even more of a chance to you to get an all white dog when you're dealing with strictly red boy. Santander's Meringue is, I'm guessing how you pronounce it. Meringue, maybe. Santander's Meringue. Now let's check out another dog. Let's check out Cadillac Kennels Nachita. It's not up there. I'm guessing it's not up there for a reason. Can't look that up. Let's check out Black Rock Kennels Nitro. Black Rock Kennels Nitro. That's not up there. Okay. And that's one thing about this new database. It's going to be a lot of dogs that's going to have to, work their way into the system over a period of time. We check out Black Rock Kennels Cheyenne. That's not up there. Let's check out some of them chosen fused dogs. Let's check out chosen fused Sarge. Chosen fused Sarge. Let me see if I can find one with a picture up here. Neither one of them got a picture. Oh, I see now. You can see if the dog got a picture on it right here. So I'm going to check out Chosen Fuse Major. Chosen Fuse Major, 4-time winner, 1-time DLG. I'm guessing that means dead lost game. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. He's off a chosen few Sarge. Let's look at him. Great looking dog. And Bullock's Powder. Bullock's Powder is a red boy dog on the bottom side. So this particular dog here, let's see how many percentages of well, they don't got no percentage. Okay, there you go. Let's see what percentage of red boys in this dog. At least what they have, because we ain't gonna necessarily go by this database, because everybody have their own way of calculating the bloodlines. All red boy dogs in there. But when you actually talk about red boy himself, it's 3.1. 3.1% of that blood. But every single dog in this pedigree looks to be coming down off red boy. But I always say, every dog have their own genetics. Every dog have their own traits, you know, that they're gonna throw out. So even though all these dogs are coming down off red boy, and one will say, oh, it's a pure red boy dog, it's pure red boy, to make it sound like it's a high percentage of red boy in it, you know, it's not. You got a high percentage of the Cadillac dog and your Holland's Haymaker and all these dogs, but red boy himself is a low percentage, which only tells you that each dog, you can't count these dogs out. Like, oh, because they all red boy dogs, your dog that you getting is gonna be the image of what the brothers was getting when they bred directly to red boy. And it's not going like that. They don't even got many offspring off this dog, which they have 4 offspring off of them so far on the list. 4 offspring. Chosen fuse major. Let's check out Del Manto's pipeline. Del Manto's pipeline. Good looking dog. Coming down off a Batman dog. So when we look at the 4th generation, just to see what this dog coming down off of, we see Boyle's Raptor and Bryant Stripper, the very top of the 4th generation. Bryant Stripper is coming down off of Boyle's dogs on the top side. Got some Bulls in the back on the bottom side. Abraham's Queen of Hearts. Cherokee Arla Jr. on the bottom of the 4th, which is your Eli Bolio. The Arla Jr. dog is gonna be your Eli Bolio. Okay, so that's the Bryant Stripper dog. So in this very first of the 4th generation, at the very top of the pipeline dog, we got Bulls and Eli Bolio in this very top part. Now as we go down to Clemens Fat Bill's Black Skull, We see Midnight Cowboy, gonna be your Eli, T-Bell, Boudreaux's T-Bell, Elliot's Brendy. Brendy dog is gonna be more Blind Billy, Bully Son, Eli. Okay. And then we go to Fat Bill's Black Street Hooker. Maverick, Fat Bill's Two Eyes, Maverick, Elliot 6-bit, Clemens, Nigga Toby in the 4th generation, Bolero in the 4th generation, 2 times Chinaman, Mountain Man's Bandit in the 4th generation. All right, now I'm in the 4th generation still of the Pipeline dog. I'm in the 4th generation. And I'm gonna check out Steelhead's Bulldog Champion Stallone. Now that dog is coming down off of Dunley's Big Red, Crenshaw's Blackjack Rum, Grand Champion Yellow, White Tab, Crenshaw's Blackjack. See what that Big Red dog is coming down off of. Jeep, Marlowe's Jeep Red Boy. That's a Jeep Red Boy dog. Jeep Red Boy. All right. Indian Hunch. Check that dog out. Indian Pistol, coming down off Indian Pistol, Hope Jeremiah, Arts Missy, Bully Son, Indian Spike on the bottom side, Spike. So we still in Del Manto's Pipeline, 4th generation is where we at right now. 4th generation. Bulls right there, which is the Raptor dog that we seen at the top. That's coming through the Sniper dog. Same breeding as the top. And then we got these bottom 2, Super Croc, Scrub. Check that out. Mo Maverick. Your Herman dog. Midnight Cowboy, Bully Son, Eli. And that's your Super Croc Scrub dog. Super Croc Black Rose, Super Croc LeBou. Let's see what the LeBou coming down off of. Maverick, same stuff. Champion Boudreaux's Easy. Easy's coming down off of Boudreaux's Stretch. Maverick, Midnight Cowboy. Got a little bit of Boomerang down there. So this dog, the way I'm looking at it right now, he's a scattered-bred dog. He's got every damn bloodline in him. Eli, Jeep, Red Boy, except for Jocko. Eli, Jeep, Red Boy, Bolio. And I may find some Rascal in there. I'm not sure yet. Boomerang, that's your Carver's Pistol. Boomerang. Carver's Orphan Andy. Sorrell's Pistol Pete. Rick Sorrell's, that is. Let's check this last dog in Super Croc Black Rose. More Boudreaux, Niggerino, which is going back to the Eli stuff. Let's check Elliot's Ethan out. Elliot's Ethan is coming down off of Boudreaux's Skull, Blind Billy, Boudreaux's Bows, which is coming down off Scrub, Blind Billy, who's coming down off Tudor's Dabo. And we already know what the old schoolers said about Blind Billy, that Blind Billy was a made-up pedigree. He really wasn't off Tudor's Dabo. As far as what the old schoolers said, we only going by what the people that was around in these days said. I'm not going by online ped. I'm going by what somebody said that was around in these days, that knew where the dogs came from, you know. And I have had people that say that Mr. Mayfield was a hater when it comes to dogs, you see. And I'm not going to believe everything Mr. Mayfield say, because Mr. Mayfield had dogs from Mr. Jim Wilson, which he didn't say that he got the dogs from Mr. Jim Wilson. They just straight up took his name out of the game. You know, you don't see no Mayfield dogs come from Mr. Jim Wilson. So I'm not going to believe everything that Don Mayfield says. You know, that's why I tell brothers, a lot of y'all heroes ain't my heroes. We find out a lot of these old schoolers did more lying about these dogs than these new schoolers did, you know. And this is the Del Mantos dog that we talking about. We was in his 4th generation. We go to his offspring. He don't have a real super long offspring list. And I'm not going to really look up his grand champion and champion list, because most of his champions is going to be them show dogs. This Onyx dog look good though. This Onyx dog is one of his offspring. That dog look good. Look real good. Let me see if they got this dog up here on the pedigree database. Revolutions, Bola Defugo. See if they got that dog up there. Yep. Bola Defugo. 4-timer, 2-time best in show, 2-time gamers in show, dog of the year. Female. This is a Mayday dog on the top side. Hell on Earth bumper in the 4th generation on the bottom side. Hell on Earth bumper, that's going to be Gaines Jr., which is your Yellow John. Miss Jocko, Grand Champion Yellow breeding, Grand Champion Yellow Little Mate brother. Yellow John, Yellow John. So that dog Hell on Earth bumper is a hellified Yellow John dog. Same color as my dogs. You know, you see how much Yellow John in this dog? Yellow John, Yellow John, Yellow John, Yellow John. Same color. So when a lot of people want my dogs to be a certain color, I just go to the background. I just go to what they're coming down off of and and see they still on track to what they supposed to be looking like. Still on track to what they supposed to be looking like. Breeder, Mr. Burns. And this is Revolution's Bolo Defugo. We see Havana Boys Jumping Jack Flash in the background. Let me check out Hell on Earth Zeke. See what Hell on Earth Zeke is. That's Burns Stumpy, dog. Off of JR's Gainey's JR daughter, bred Burns Stumpy. Yellow John all through the pedigree. The little Zeke girl. Game Dog Inc. Raz, aka Wilson's Tigger. One time winner, one time loser. This off Hell on Earth Bumper. Hell on Earth Zeke, excuse me. And Wilson's Loca. Stevens Mona Lisa. Ozzie Stevens Red 8 daughter is who this Mona Lisa dog is. Red 8's daughter. Ozzie Stevens Michelle bred the Red 8 to get Mona Lisa. So we got an Ozzie Stevens on the bottom. Held on Earth Zeke on the top of the Tigger dog that I was looking at, which is the offspring of Zeke. Offspring of Zeke. Let's go back to Dale of Defugo. Now, look at this dog. Look at this dog, actually, the way this dog looked. Bolo Defugo. And then what I want you to do, look at the offspring of this dog. How similar these dogs look to each other. This is the mother dog. Look at the top row. All the top row look just like that bitch. The bottom, the next row look like Bolo Defugo. The next row. This bitch probably was a prepotent bitch. Bolo Defugo. Now let me check one more dog out real quick. Well, I actually got several dogs to check out, but I wanted let me check out Stizzo teams, see if a Stizzo team dog is up here. Stizzo team. Canelo. Canelo's picture is not up there, but I'm going to check the pedigree out real quick. He's coming down off Hell on Earth Bumper. He looked just like Bumper. Mayday. He's got Mayday in the second generation. Hell on Earth Bumper in the second generation. He don't look like Mayday. He look like Hell on Earth Bumper. Now, if you go to this third generation, this dog Canelo has a third generation to be reckoned with. You got Gaines Jr. in the third generation. Many people speak so high on this dog. Many people speak so high on this dog. Third generation. If you go down, you got Tance Yellow, which is a legend in himself. All right. And then when you go up under him, you got Havana Boys Rodney. Many people speak high on that dog. Havana Boys Rodney. Now, you look at Rodney, we always say about the Jocko dogs and the dogs that got a lot of Jocko in them and heavy Jocko. Now, if you got modern day time we speaking about, if you got a dog that's predominantly Rodney, got Rodney in the top, Rodney in the bottom, Rodney all through your pedigree, then this is what kind of pedigree, Rodney has. Rodney's coming off Yellow and Tance Glattus, which is Barracuda's mama as well. Only difference between this dog and Barracuda, I want to say, is the Yellow. Barracuda's of Mayday and Glattus, and Rodney is of Yellow and Glattus. That's why brothers always say that Barracuda is going to give you a higher percentage of Jocko compared to Mayday, compared to a lot of other red boy Jocko dogs. Barracuda's going to give it to you because of the Glattus dog in the bottom side. And when you look how she's bred, look how she's bred. She's a daughter of Jocko that was bred to, it was Jocko bred to his daughter. All right, let's start this all over. We're going to the fourth generation, and we're talking about Glattus. Fourth generation of Glattus. Let's click on Glattus, go to the fourth generation. Now, all right, now we see Jocko is Glattus' father. But when you go to the fourth generation of Glattus, you got Jocko being bred to his daughter, which is Chavis Susie. Now they got a daughter of that, which would be Jocko's daughter, and bred back to Jocko again. Now they got a daughter of that, which would be Tance Hot Stuff, bred back to Jocko again. See, a lot of people be talking about what's too much inbreed, what's too much this, or what's too much of that. But when you look at these old school pedigrees or some of these spectacular dogs, the amount of lying and inbreeding they was doing is nowhere compared to some of these brothers who think they know, oh, this is too much of this, or this is too much of that. When these brothers was doing it back then. And you see how the dogs was turning out. And this is Tance Glattus. Which is going to be the Rodney dog's mother. And I've often heard that this was one hellified dog right here. Coming down off Grand Champion Yellow and Tance Glattus. Unlike Barracuda though, Barracuda may have took more after his father as far as the hound dog look. you know, but Rodney is a good looking damn dog. Good structurally sound. Coming down off Grand Champion Yellow. And this is coming from Stizzo Team's Canelo. Which he's a son of CML's Little John. Now, a lot of people, like I want to bring this topic up as well. When I speak about Little John, Big John, a lot of people may get it confused and think I'm speaking about this Little John. No, it's two Little Johns that are known throughout the dog game, and it's this Little John and it's Walkmall's Little John. This Little John is coming down off Hell on Earth Bumper and Hollisworth Dolly. So that'll be the same mother as Mayday, but different father. You know, Mayday would have been coming down off Grand Champion Yellow and Hollisworth Dolly. When CML's Little John is coming off of Hell on Earth Bumper and Hollisworth Dolly. It just depends on how you want to look at it as far as which dog was bred the best, as far as Hell on Earth Bumper and Grand Champion Yellow. But both of them bred to Hollisworth Dolly. And there's been several stories about the Little John dog over the years, some good, some bad. You know, I'm not here to speak about that. You know, we're just talking about the history of the pedigrees and the bloodlines right now. And this is Stizzo Team's Canelo. Now, big shot and big salute to everybody down in the chat, man. We're going to keep looking up these dogs. I got another one that I'm going to check out. It's called Colors Dynamite. Colors Dynamite. Now, this dog here is Slingshot's Boogeyman, which is a Frisco dog. Garner's Hickory T. We had a couple dogs off of the Hickory T dog. So that's Hickory T, which was a Frisco dog. The dog I had off Hickory T had teeth like the size of your pinky finger. So this is pretty much a Chinaman dog here. Colors Dynamite. Chinaman in the fourth generation, we got Chinaman 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the fourth generation, 1 time in the third generation. So we got a good Chinaman dog here when it comes to Colors Dynamite. And I gotta say this again, man. Even though I'm saying this is pretty much a Chinaman dog, there's other dogs in this pedigree I cannot forget about. You know, we go to Hub's Tuffy, we go to Abernathy Molly, that's Chinaman's mother. So we gonna, that's the Chinaman stuff. Let's go to Hub's Tuffy. That's your Bolio. Your Bolio blood in there. All right. So right here in the 4th generation, we got Chinaman. Oh, we got the Woods Trouble and Abernathy's Molly, which is going to your Chinaman stuff. Then we got Chinaman again in the 4th generation. As we go down, bred to Hobbs Tuffy, which is a Bolio dog. Then we see Chinaman again, which is bred back to Romero's China Girl, which is the same one we just read coming down off Chinaman. And so it's Chinaman bred to his daughter on this particular one right here to make Frisco. Romero's China Girl. So that's where your Bolio comes in at on your Frisco dogs. Through the China Girl stuff. Romero's China Girl. Okay, then you got Frisco, Garner's Pei Ling. Let's see what the Pei Ling dog is coming down off of. Chinaman on the top. Bolio on the bottom side. Chinaman, Bolio. And Garner's Charlie. Check that dog out. Garner's Charlie. Coming down off Chinaman on the top side. Garner's Spike on the bottom side. And the very bottom side of the 4th generation, you got Hargrove's Spanky. Spanky dog is coming down off of Wood Snooty. And a Bully Son female with Carver on the bottom of that. And Rascal. A Rascal in the back here on the 4th generation, if you don't see it. That's in the Hargrove Spanky dog, which is right here on the 4th generation. Garner's Hot Lick. Snooty, more Snooty, coming through the Spanky. Abernathy's Molly, Wood Snooty, Bully Son. Okay. And that's the Garner's Charlie dog. And this is True Colors Dynamite. So he looks the way he's supposed to look. The way when you look at his pedigree, he looks the way he's supposed to look. I got a dog here I want to look up. Hopefully they have this dog in the database already. Reckless Kennels Charlie. Reckless Kennels Charlie. Nope. Reckless Kennels Jag, Reckless Kennels Playboy. I don't see Charlie, but let me click on one of these other ones and maybe it leads to Charlie. Ratliff's Lefty. Ratliff's Buckus. It's a Buck dog. Boomerang. Davis Lightning. Buck. Let me check one of the other ones out. Let's see. Reckless Kennels. Check that Jag dog out. Then we'll check the Taz dog out. Dragonfly, that's off Dragonfire's Little Beamer. What I'm looking for is the Reckless Kennels Charlie dog to see if any of these dogs got Charlie in it. Okay, let's check out Reckless Kennels. We check Jag out. Let's check Taz out. Reckless JoJo. Wildside Renegade. So we don't got none of that Charlie stuff in there. Let me check out Asino's Mafia. Right there. No picture, but we can see how it's bred. Now that's coming down off the Reckless Charlie. So we got a Reckless Charlie right there. I can see how it's bred. All right. Got your Rascal on the bottom. Little Rascal. Champion Flowers Sparky. See what that's coming down off of. Wrangler's Boogie or Buggy or Boggy, however you pronounce it, which is a Boudreaux dog. We're going to the fourth Boudreaux. Clayton's Eli Jr., Boudreaux, Eli, Tudor's Nigger. The Nigger dog is coming down off of Tudor's Jeff and Tudor's Baby, which is Dabo dogs, and Black Shine, which is a Dabo dog. All right, so that's an Eli dog, Eli, Dabo, whichever one you want to call it. That's Sparky, champion Sparky dog. That's in the fourth generation of the Charlie dog's pedigree. Moore's Outlaw. I'm just going down and seeing what some of these dogs are coming down off of. Grand Champion Hands Happy Jack. I spoke about the Happy Jack dog in my book. Cummins Dutch Boy. Cummins Dutch Boy is going back to the Tudor's Dabo through the Blind Billy stuff. Boudreaux Scrub, back to the Blind Billy. So this is a heavy Blind Billy dog right here. Or Tudor's Dabo, however you want to call it. Long's Weirdo. Your Long's Weirdo is going to go back to your Jeep dog. Jeep. And Crenshaw's oldest on the very bottom, bred the Honey Bunch. So Long's Weirdo. We see that in there. Moore's Outlaw, that's the same one we checked up here at the top. Let's check out this Edward Skeeter dog. Mountain Man's Hummer. Rascal coming down off Crenshaw's Rascal. Bully Son, which is your Jeep stuff. Jeep Rascal. With your little posse on the very bottom. Your little posse Buster Rum dog, which some may call a Bully Son dog. Okay. Now I want to act up a little bit. Go back to the dashboard. Let me check out this pedigree right here and see if this pedigree come up. Military Minds Local. Military Minds Local. They don't got no picture of them. But this is his pedigree. Jimmy Hum, Going to the 4th generation so we can see what this dog is coming down off of. Now I'm in the 8th generation to see what I do I recognize anything outside of the Boudreaux right here. I see some Boudreaux dogs down there. Top of the 4th, top of the 8th rather. Eli, that's Eli. Davis Chavo down there. Bully son. Got Lee's Reno in the 4th generation. Reno dogs coming down off of your Hollins Cherokee Chief, which is your bully son Eli dog, or bully son dog, you know, it just depends on how you want to say it. Or Eli dog rather, sorry. Eli dog, your Eli dog. Along with Claude, Zeke, and your Bolio stuff. That's one line of dogs that brothers really didn't keep sacred the way they got a lot of lines right now. You got your Red Boy Jeep and your stuff like that. You don't really see people with your Eli Bolio crosses the way they had them back then. You know, we got to pay attention to the old ways of breeding when they got these great dogs. You know, Eli Bolio, when they was making these crosses, it's enough Bolio dogs out here and enough Eli dogs out here for brothers to be making Eli Bolio crosses. But you stay away from it because you breeding on paper. I want it on paper to be, oh, I got my Eli, I need some Red Boy in it. Why you need Red Boy in it? You know? Why was they making the Eli Bolio crosses? Even down to Tom Garner with the Eli Bolio, he got the Bolio in the Frisco stuff, you know? And this is Military Mind Units Loco. Now let's go to Lou Kane. Let's go to Lou Kane and see what his percentages is when it comes to Grand Champion Yellow and the Red Boy Jocko and stuff like that. Okay, we got Lou Kane, 5-time winner, coming down off Mayday, and Zua, which is coming down off Deadlift, which is a Tance Bob, which is a son of Yellow John, bred to Glattus. So Deadlift is a Red Boy Jocko dog, open house Deadlift we're looking at, and we in Lou Kane's pedigree. He's a Red Boy Jocko dog without having any Grand Champion Yellow in him. Coming directly off Yellow John and Tance Glattus. Not directly off Yellow John, but Tance Bob is coming directly off Yellow John, you know, and Tance Glattus, you know. So and Tance Bob will be a pure Red Boy dog, bred to basically a pure Jocko dog. So when you got Deadlift, you got a Red Boy Jocko cross from the original days that had no Grand Champion Yellow in it. Deadlift. All right, now we still in Lou Kane's pedigree. And we see in the 3rd generation, we see Havana Boys Rodney. 3rd generation, I'm just going to go down. Tance Yellow John to Tance Miss Jocko, which gave you yellow. All right. Now we got this Hollingsworth Dolly breeding right here, which made Mayday. Terrence Bob, Terrence Glattus, which made deadlift. And then we got Rodney in the third generation. That's going to be your dog with your hellified Jocko breedings in it, coming down off Glattus as well. And then your SPP's Chisel, which is coming down off SPP's John Boy. If you look at John Boy pedigree, he's off Yellow John and Green Sandy. Oh, man. Green Sandy, a dog that we ain't talked about in a few weeks or a few months. Green Sandy, which is a brother and sister breeding from Jocko and Apples, bred back to Yellow John. So that's a inbred Hank breeding, a line bred Hank breeding, however you want to call it. Green Sandy was bred back to Yellow John to get John Boy, get the John Boy dog. So I just breed like the old schoolers, man. And when something not broke, why try to fix it to fit in? You know, that's the way I look at it, man. I'm not trying to breed out when I'm trying to keep certain traits, and when I'm trying to breed my dogs as the old schoolers that had my line bred my dogs. I'm sticking to the program. You know what was working. You know, stick to the program. If it wasn't working for you, then I can understand you adding this and adding that and adding this and adding that and putting this in it and putting that in it and breeding it this way and breeding it that way. But if it's not broke, why try to fix it? It don't make sense. You know? So we still at Lou Kane, grand champion Lou Kane. Now let me check out this dog right here. King of Kings, Buck Buck. Let me check out King of Kings, Buck Buck. Good looking dog there. All right. That dog is coming down off of Triangle Gang's Grip in the second generation, which would be Macho Buck in the fourth generation. Steve and the BC Boys Snap. Let me see what this dog is coming down off of. Snap dog. Handicap on the top side. Randy's Goner. Moore's White Bandit. That's Cotton Bullet. Cotton Bullet. All right. So we got the Macho Bug. Then we got that Cotton Bullet stuff way in the back there. Pit Island's Mighty Might. That Pit Island's Mighty Might is coming down off of your Jeep Rascal stuff. That's your Jeep Rascal. All right. Crenshaw Skillet. Pit Island's Thug in there. Fourth generation. Like I said, Crenshaw Skillet. That's coming down off of Red Boy Jeep on the top. Jeep on the bottom. Eminem's Amos, which is Rascal. Wood Smoky, which would be a Rascal. So we Jeep Rascal on the bottom side. Jeep Red Boy on the top side. Now of this particular dog. And that's the Skillet dog. Jeep Red Boy Rascal. Got your Colors Dynamite in it as well. And this is the Buck dog we talking about now. Got Colors Dynamite in it. Colors Black Stefana. Healy's Beely. See what the Beely dog got in it, which is Red Boy Jeep at the top. More of that Rascal stuff in it. Red Boy Jeep Rascal. That's your Beely dog. Healy's Beely. So as of right now, I see Red Boy Jocko, Buck, or Bolio. Red Boy Jocko, Bolio. Red Boy Jeep Rascal. And you got some Eli. This is a scatterbred dog. Scatterbred, but still it's got some formation in the pedigree and in the pedigrees. You know, it's got formation. It's not just all over the place. But when I say scatterbred, I mean it's not three bloodlines. It's not 4 bloodlines and that's it. You know, you got a little bit of everything in there. But the way they got it bred is bred, line bred. This may be what they want to call a battle cross dog. You know, what they like to call battle cross dogs. I don't call no dogs battle cross because all of them's supposed to be battle ready. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they would call a battle cross when they got maybe 4 line bred dogs crossed into each other. 4 to 5 line bred dogs crossed into each other. You know, like I said, I see a pattern in here. So I'm not going to say it's all over the place or none of that type of stuff. I see a pattern. But it's just, you know, it's a large group, which is a great thing when it comes to the gene pool of these dogs. The gene pool and your genetics that you have in these dogs. And I'm gonna close this show out today with this last final dog. Y'all hit that like button in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. It's your boy PBK9s on the PBC, giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. The last dog that we're gonna talk about, you know, look up this peg real quick. And we just trying to get familiar with this pedigree platform here. You know, learn where to find and how to find the stuff information we need to find when we need to find it. The last dog we're going to talk about is William Saki. William Saki. Great looking dog. Started by Dry Mouth Knucklehead and Williams Bacardi. All right. When we go to the 4th generation, we've got Pit Island's Midnight 2, which that's your Rascal, your Jeep Rascal stuff, your Jeep Rascal. We got Midnight 2 bred, 2 half brothers and sisters made this breeding to make D-Ray's Rascal. Half brother and sister, same daddies, different mamas. One mama is Pit Island Miss Rage, the other mama is Pit Island's Black Mama. Let's check what Black Mama is, your Jeep Rascal breedings. I'm guessing this one is bred the same way, Jeep Rascal. Okay. Yep. It's your Jeep Rascal. So in these 4th generation, in these first few dogs in the 4th generation, let's go to Woodall's Wee Man. Woodall's Wee Man is coming down off Woodall's Dink, which is Woodall's Weird Jack offspring. Weird Jack. Woodall's Skunk down in the 3rd generation. Bred to Woodall's Susie Q. And that skunk dog is coming down off Mountain Man's Luger. And Woodall Super Sport. Let's see what Woodall Super Sport's coming down from. Weird Jack. Okay. That's Woodall's Wee Man that we in the 4th generation looking at right now, just a few seconds ago. All right. Woodall's Dinky. Woodall's Skinny. Let's see what the skinny dog is coming down off of. Your more of Thaxton's Dino. Weird Jack stuff. Okay. Then we got the Garner and Jones Camelo. Let's click on that and see what that's coming down off of. Your Frisco, your Chinaman coming down off Dynamite. Dynamite on the bottom side of that. Okay. Garner's Jones Jasmine. Longstone Sealy. Let's go to OBS Pits and Pitbull Cities, Hong Kong, aka Sunny. Let's see what that dog is coming off of. Okay, that's more of that Dynamite stuff. And the Garner's Hickson. Your Garner's Hickson blood. Okay. And right now we're looking at William Saki, 4th generation, and we're going down the 4th generation, just checking a few dogs. Jasmine, Garner's Migos, Max Spike Rum. I'm guessing that's a heavy spike dog. Santos, coming down off the Santos stuff. And Garner's Spike. Okay. Great bred dog right there. That's the William Saki dog that we're looking at. Now, I was working at the feed mill, and a guy came up with a puppy in his back, in his back of his truck. And that's them Santos dogs have a look to them that I just knew the dog when I seen it. The puppy couldn't have been no more than, I'm gonna say about 3 months old, somewhere around that area, maybe 3 months old. But the look that he had, I just knew that was a Garner Santos dog. And this probably was in about 2000, maybe about 2015, somewhere around that area. I asked him, I said, is that a Santos dog? I asked him that, and he said, yeah. And me and him got to talking. From that, just me asking him that with that particular dog. William Saki is the dog we looking at. Great bred dog, man. Great bred dog. Well, I said that was going to be the last dog that I'm going to close it out with, but I got one more dog I'm going to pull up real quick and see if it's up here. Pelican Bay's Little Spike. Young Spike, sorry. Pelican Bay's Young Spike. It might not be up here. Nah, it's not up there. I might have to go back and then put them up there or claim them or something. It's not up there. But I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everybody. We going through some pedigrees today. Going through them pedigrees, checking out some of these old school dogs, just seeing how dogs bred, because everybody love to check pedigrees out. We checking out this new database, you know what I'm saying? Learning how to work it, getting more familiar with it. You know, that's the main thing I want to do over the next few weeks, couple months or whatever, just get familiar with the database. Learn how to go straight to a particular area when I need to get to that particular area. And I still didn't check the actual I wanted to see how much of this blood the dog got in it, not the percentages of the little table. It's another part I'm trying to get to, you know. So I'm trying to learn this platform as we go through it, you know. But if y'all not subscribed to the channel, man, yet, subscribe to the channel, the PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner, where I give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some gonna like it and some ain't. It's how I always say it, you know. We just gonna keep giving it to them, giving them that fire, man. Salute to the brothers and sisters down in the chat. Everybody that be rocking with the Bay, when you're rocking with the Bay, hey, man, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. And remember where you got it from first, you know. Hit that like button before you get up out of here. And if you're not getting the notifications, unsubscribe to the channel and subscribe back to the channel and then hit that notification bell. If you haven't hit the notification bell yet, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That's the reason you're not getting the notifications. And don't forget, get your copy of the Pitbull encyclopedia. You know, get your copy, man. It's your boy PB K9s, and I'm out.